In this episode, I'll show you how to make custom cells. So I was looking at patterns.com to get ideas for how I want the categories chooser to look in the app. And this app here, this screenshot rather from Circle, looks quite nice with the images filling the background and the text overlaid in the middle. So I hope to emulate something along those lines. So let's fire up Xcode again. Now to do this, I'll need a UI table view cell subclass. So I'll make a new folder to hold all subclasses, such as these. Alright, now I want to make a subclass. Now this will be a subclass of UI table view cell, and I will call it category cell. Now this category cell will be given a image category model object. So we'll need to import that. It will need a setter for the model object. And once we've been given the image category, we'll use its name and thumbnail and set them against the image and title label. Now by default, a cell has got a image and title views. However, we will create our own to give you an idea of how that is done, and also because this way we get more control over layout. So we'll make instance variables for the views. And we will override the init. And that'll be the point at which we create said image views and labels. Actually, instead of adding these new views to the self, we'll add them to the content view. Now the image will need to stretch to fill the screen, however we want it to retain its aspect ratio. So we'll use an aspect fill. That way we're allowing iOS to chop off from the top and bottom of the image to fill the cell. We'll also make the name label. We will give it a background color of clear. We'll give it a foreground color of white. And we'll give it a font of heading size. Or headline rather. Now we've added these views, we can access them in this set image category. The above line is pretty straightforward. As for loading the thumbnail, this is where we will use SD web image from before. To import a CocoaPod, you use angle brackets as opposed to quotes. You do the CocoaPod name and then whatever header you want from that CocoaPod. Now we've loaded the SD web image CocoaPod. We can use it. It has a bunch of category methods that are prefixed with SD. So we will do thumbnail SD set image with URL. Now we need to override layout subviews, and we will basically just make the two subviews fill the entire cell. Now to make the text centered, we'll go back and set its text alignment. Okay, great. Now we've got our new cell. Let's make it usable. But first I need to add the setter into the header file. And I'll need to have a for declaration of the class. Great. Now I'll go to the table view controller. And you may remember where we register the class so they can be dequeued later. We'll now be registering our new class. I'll need to import that. So we've got the class registered, and now the dequeue will return one of our custom cells. No longer will we want to set its text label directly. We will want to set its image category method. Also, we want to make the cells somewhat larger. All right, let's run that and see how it looks. This is the moment of truth. Does live coding pay off, or is it a terrible idea? Great, here we are. So one thing you'll notice, see this line here, that's the cell separator. The image has blown up to fill the cell, however it's leaked out outside of its bounds. Quick way to fix that is to set its eclipse to bounds to yes. Let's rerun that. And here we go. Here are our custom cells with the image background filling the cell with an aspect fill with the text overlaying. Thanks for watching.